Today you are on Objective 1 of the Ink and Civilization PFA. Congratulations. Really reading heavy. I think the only videos they have for this PFA aren't until like Objective 3 or 4. So being that it's so reading heavy, you guys are really going to be working on what's called stamina. Your reading stamina, your ability to read through long passages. What are some of the things that you can do to help with your stamina, so it's not just like, you're reading, but you're in zombie land and you're not even paying attention anymore. Go ahead.
Try reading in the afternoon at home.
Okay, but I'm going to give you class time to read. So what are some of the strategies as a good reader that you can employ to be able to avoid getting tired of reading these long passages?
Take breaks.
What would you do with those breaks while still being productive?
Working on something else.
No.
Taking notes.
Taking notes. Making reading marks. Doing those things while you're reading. Doesn't that make it so that you're not just reading straight through, you're not just plowing through?
Yeah.
Right? So, what are reading marks? Does anybody remember? You guys learned that in what, elementary school? Raise your hand if you didn't learn that, if you did not learn that at any point during your schooling. Reading marks. Okay, so raise your hand if you do know what they are. All right, give me an example of something you can do that would be fall into this category, reading marks.
So, you find something interesting and you highlight it.
Okay, so if you find something interesting, you would highlight it. Maybe almost noteworthy, or it might be noteworthy, right? Because you could go back later and put it in your notes, or you could stop and put it in your notes then too. So wait, there's another thing you could do. While you're reading, to kind of break it up so it's not monotonous and just reading, you could be taking some notes. You guys do that anyway, don't you?
Yes.
What are some other things that would fall in this category of reading marks? How about underlining words you don't know?
Yep.
In fact, when reading, you should stop when you don't know a word. You're going to underline it, you're going to pause, and do what? Search it up. See if you can figure out what it means. Pull up the dictionary online. Do words sometimes have more than one meaning?
Yes. Yes.
So you'll have to use the context of what you're reading, context clues, plus the definition options. Is it definition 1? I don't know. Does it fit in the context? Is it definition number 2, etc.? Let's see what else. How about, you already said highlighting. How about putting things in bold? Can we put things in bold that are already in a certain font?
Yes.
How might you do that?
With copy paste.
With copy paste. So the document sets in Summit, don't they allow you in the upper right hand corner, you click on it, you turn it from view only to edit?
Yeah.
Right? And you can do some of that stuff. If it's a website that you're reading off of, you can't do that. But you could copy paste it, very good, into a Google Doc, and then it opens up all sorts of possibilities. If you copy it over to a Google Doc, now you can highlight things, you can change font style, you can italicize, you can underline, you can bold, you can copy paste things out into a side sheet or maybe at the bottom for notes. You can do all sorts of stuff if you copy paste. Okay, so that's a good option too. What else? What do you got?
It's called annotating.
Annotating, making annotations. Can you write things in the margins?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. So the sides of the paper, if you had it printed off. But even in Google Docs, there are places, I think, what is it, up in, huh? It's like called comments or something, where you can add notes right in that document. All right. When else would you stop reading other than just you got to look up a word? Don't say where there's a period.
The end of the paragraph.
Don't say the end. All right, so at the end of a thought, like a concept, you realize you just read through and you're supposed to understand. What if you don't understand it? You're like, I don't get it.
Look it up.
Read it again, perfect. So you're going to stop, don't keep going, read that part again, see if you can understand it, and then what if you still don't understand it?
Read it again.
I'm right here.
Miss Hahn. Ask Mr. Hansen.
Ask your teacher. Okay? They might be able to help you understand that concept. Yes?
What if your teacher doesn't know?
Oh, then they better be looking it up,
I
right?
got a degree for a reason.
So you could look it up, they could look it up. Understanding concepts, if you don't understand the concept, then what's the point of reading it, right?
No point.
So do not blindly read over things, not knowing the definition of a word, for example, and it's the same way with the concept, okay? You've got to be willing to stop and figure things out. Questions on what you're doing for today?